At the time, the Roman Emperor Augustus decreed that census should be taken throughout the Roman Empire. This was the first taken when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. All returned to their own ancestral towns to register for the census. And because Joseph was a descendant of King David, he had to go to Bethlehem in Judea, David's ancient home. He traveled there from the village of Nazareth in Galilee. He took with him Mary, to whom he was engaged, who was now expecting a child.
Perhaps an odd inclusion in an Advent study series is Caesar Augustus. The context is important to our purpose, and there is an important truth to be found here. God is sovereign. That means that God is in absolute control of everything. There is nothing that happens on earth, be it nature or mankind's decisions, that lay outside the scope of his control. On the surface, this tends to bother some. Consider though, without God's direct control and intervention, our only destiny is death and destruction. It is good to serve a God who is sovereign. Otherwise, there would be no hope for us.
The king's heart is like a stream of water directed by the Lord. He guides it wherever he pleases.
Caesar Augustus was in control of Rome. He decreed a census for his own selfish reasons. The census was a way to count people for taxation and military service. There's nothing of serving God in Caesar's decision to count his subjects. And yet that census was the very thing that caused Joseph and Mary of Nazareth to go to Bethlehem, thereby fulfilling a prophecy that Caesar knew nothing about. God has accomplished his purposes through burning bushes, through talking donkeys, through people who love him, through people who hate him, and all sorts of strange beasts between. It is no harder for him to direct the decisions of a Roman emperor than it is to cause a virgin to give birth or a universe to come into being. God is sovereign, and that is good.
Father, you are God alone. Forgive us for our limited view of life. Adjust our perspective to recognize that you and you alone are in control, and that is exactly what is best for us. Help us to surrender our will and desire to be in control of our own lives to you. Amen.